All right, you are on LocalnLive with Spaceman. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. And as I promised earlier in the show, I have special guests with me, the members of Sonic Reducer. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. So we've got 4 members here, three microphones, so they're going to have to be professional and share. Only 3 headphones, so someone misses out. But anyway, if you guys would like to introduce yourselves individually and explain what your role is in the band.
Hello, I'm Louis, and I play bass guitar.
I'm Cormac. I do vocals.
My name's Lachlan and I play drums.
My name's Riley and I play guitar.
Excellent. Very professional. These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, rehearsed.
And as I mentioned there, well, before we get to that, some people may not be aware of Sonic Reducer. If you want to give us a brief background of how the band formed, how you guys met, and how long you've been together, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, I guess me and Lockie, we were in college together, high school as well. We kind of talked about being in a band for ages, and then it just kind of got to a point where we needed to stop faffing about and actually do it.
Yeah.
Then Louis joined not long after. Riley's the latest member, been in about probably almost a year now.
Yeah, about a year.
Close to it, yeah.
And the name, where did that come from?
Yeah, do you want to say?
It's from an old Dead Boys song, because when we started we were really into we still are, but we were really into the New York scene, so we were listening to a lot of television and sort of Talking Heads and Blondie and that sort of stuff, and Sonic Reducer was just a song that really struck out to us by the Dead Boys. They were one of the first punk groups, so thought it would be a good running theme.
Nice. And so how long have you been together?
Couple of years, probably almost 3 years now.
Yeah, nearly 3 years.
3, yeah.
All right, you've done well in 3 years. Last June, you released an EP, Skew Ball.
Yep. Yes.
Tell us, what was it like making that?
It was pretty, it went pretty naturally. We did it with our friend Caleb, who's in a band called Mr. Industry. They also came from Canberra, you might know them. But yeah, we just recorded it in his garage and in the Woden Library, the rooms that you can book out. So
public library.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, it went really well. I think it was a very natural sort of first time recording, good kind of a representation of where we were at that point.
Right, when did you do those recordings? Was it last year or the year before?
It was a bit of a progressive thing, because we recorded one of the lads first. And I guess we didn't know that it was going to be on an EP necessarily. We were just recording that song. That's why that was recorded in a garage. The rest was recorded in the library. But
the reason I ask is because I used to hire out the room at the Woden Library, not the studio, the room next to it, to
the
run.
podcast room, was it?
It was it was like an open room, a conference room. And I used to run laughter yoga sessions in there.
Oh,
and sometimes there'd be a band next door playing.
Yeah.
And we could hear the noise coming through.
Not very zen.
yeah.
That would be our meditation music, yeah. But I don't remember any good loud punk rock. But so perhaps it was we didn't meet at all.
Alas.
Now, Artist of the Year and Live Act of the Year. Were you? Congratulations.
Thank
you.
Yes.
So much.
I can't remember if I voted for you or not, to be honest.
That's okay.
Right.
It's forgiven.
We got there in the end.
I think I can't remember. But yes, got there in the end. And here we are. And we're going to, you've mentioned your punk. Let's just jump straight into a song. We have Strung Out from your EP, Skew Ball. What can you tell us about this track?
Pretty I don't know, pretty simple, snotty little punk song, I suppose. It's pretty easy to figure out what it's talking about through the lyrics, I suppose. It's kind of in the name. But yeah, no, it's definitely a favourite of ours.
Yeah, it's a nice, fast, sort of loud one, It was a lot more like the stuff we used to play. It's a bit of an older one. We've had it around for a bit, haven't we?
Quite a while.
Yeah. It's remained in the set list for a while.
Stuck with us, yeah.
And a fan favourite during the live sets?
Yeah, seems like
Definitely.
it. Yeah.
It seems like it, yeah. I think we kind of, when we put it out, we didn't expect it to do that well, but maybe compared to the other songs on the EP, but it's kind of stood out.
Yeah, comes in very strong.
The opener, usually.
Yeah.
Okay, really? Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's have a listen. This is Strung Out by Sonic Reducer.
You're listening to 2XXFM, People Powered Radio.
And you're with Spaceman. I am with Sonic Reducer. You on Local and Live. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And we have just been chatting about how the band formed and their EP, Skewball, which came out last July? Mid-year, let's say mid-year.
Mid-year.
July kind of strikes the year, right?
I think maybe July.
Maybe June,
It's
yeah.
June.
It was one of them.
I don't remember these kinds of things.
And we were talking earlier about how you have a team that does a lot of stuff for you. So you just do the rockin', the punkin', and not aware of really what's going on otherwise. Yeah. But you will be aware that you've been on tour for 6 weeks in Europe, yeah?
Yes. Aware of that.
I got a bit of an idea of it, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was. I don't know. Very short notice. We went on the tour with about a week's notice. So
Really?
yeah, it was very very sudden and a lot to adjust to. But it was probably like one of the best experiences we've ever had. Not to speak for all of us,
Yeah.
but I reckon it is.
Well, I mean, for a lot of us, it was our first time going overseas, so that was kind of throwing us out there,
Absolutely.
out of our comfort zone.
Had
Yeah.
like a week to get passports pretty much before we left.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes some time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it a
yeah.
bit stressful?
Very stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and it was also some of the biggest shows we've ever played as well. Like
so far, yeah.
all of them, all of them were
biggest,
the
yeah.
biggest shows we've ever played compared to all the shows we played in Australia. So it was a lot to adjust to, but I think we did a very good job, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like we're very much used to playing to pubs and small clubs and stuff,
Yeah.
and then we were put into rooms with like a few thousand capacity, like all sold out. It was pretty it was a weird thing to walk out to and see like that many people.
Right, and you were supporting a Melbourne band, was that right?
Royal Lotus, yeah.
From
Yeah.
Sydney, I think.
Sydney, I
Sydney,
believe.
okay. And how were the crowds? How did they receive you?
Oh
They
well,
were great.
It was really good. Most of the all of the shows, but it was definitely kind of funny. They're quite sort of Indian, very sort of very positive sort of band, and then they chuck us like super loud and fast right at the beginning. It was a funny duality, the two bands, but we were very well received.
Right, so the audience were probably a bit...
I don't think they were expecting it. Yeah.
There were a few
Surprised,
scared
yeah.
faces
Yeah.
quite a few nights, but there were
Yeah.
also a lot of people who really got it and really dug it, you know what I mean?
Did you do any of your own shows?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
No,
No,
we
there were
didn't.
talks of it, but didn't pan out, sadly.
Yeah, hard to arrange.
And are there any stories from the tour that you could that are family friendly that you could share with us?
What's the
Family
story?
friendly.
Give us a story, Louis. Come on.
Come on.
Well,
Any?
this isn't a massive story. I accidentally stole some sunglasses in Berlin
That was
while I was
really
really
Actually,
drunk.
that was a good one.
So we had a day off in Berlin, and we were like, okay, well, it's Berlin, they go crazy at night, so we got to go inspect this nightlife. And I think it must have just been like too long of a train to like get into the city where it was really happening.
We were in an odd spot of the city. So.
Yeah, but we went into this shopping mall, and there was this Irish pub inside of this shopping mall.
In
Like,
the basement.
imagine if like King O'Malley's was inside like a Westfield. That's like the best way I can explain it. And we got quite drunk, did karaoke, and the karaoke guy cut us off
He
because I
didn't
don't
like
think he
our
liked us very
Oasis
much.
covers.
So
Okay.
we were stumbling around Berlin pretty drunk, and I went into a store to like buy snacks or something, I think, and I like put on these sunglasses because I thought they were cool, and I forgot I was wearing them, and I just kind of like walked out.
Yeah.
with them.
And then coming back through customs in Australia, did you think like the police would be waiting for you? And,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interpol was on
I
the
was
case.
like,
was a
yeah,
close
the
one.
FBI's
You gotta
after
catch
me,
this.
bro.
It was a
Yeah.
chase.
I became an international criminal for a few weeks.
Yeah, I was consistently worried about my luggage. Like, even though I knew I didn't have anything illegal, I was just like, they're going to get me. They're going to pull me aside, lock me up.
And carrying your gear around, was that a bit of an issue?
Oh, not too bad. I mean, we had a pretty decent sized van, but it was definitely a lot to stuff in. It wasn't too big, but
Yeah, we fit it all.
Yeah, we were
Tetris.
playing Tetris.
Tetris,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some serious Tetris.
Any funny language barrier stories?
One was definitely our tour manager, Phil, who's English. He was teaching us Cockney rhyming slang.
Right, yeah.
And it initially was like totally impenetrable to us. We were like, what?
Like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's like, okay, so stairs, you call them apples because apples and pears.
Apples and pears,
Yeah, and we were like, that makes no sense. But within like a week, I think it was like the only way
the
we
way
were
we
communicating to one
yeah.
another was through Cockney rhyming slang.
Like a common one when I was over there was you're having a bubble, which was short for bubble bath,
Right.
which is short for laugh.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
they're
a
all
good
like,
one.
That's good.
you're having a laugh,
Having a bubble, mate.
and then you're having a bubble. It's like,
That's good.
you ain't got the bottle. Did you go to the UK?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, we actually landed in England, so we spent our first night in Bexley Heath, like outside of London and that.
Right, yep.
Yeah, we all really like Bexley Heath.
Lovely.
Yeah,
It's
Bexley
lovely.
Heath is awesome.
It's a very
Lovely
charming
little
Shout
little
out
place.
Bexley Heath.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big listeners of the show. They'll be listening in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bexley
so.
Heath, massive. How we doing?
Yeah, we're doing Bexley Heath.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, you were the winners of Live Act of the Year for the Mummers. explain a Sonic Reducer live show.
It's all you, mate.
It's all me. No, it's not all me. I guess I don't know. We never really have a plan walking on. Like we have like our set list and stuff, of course, but there's never like really an intention of going out there and doing anything except just like, I don't know, just seeing how weird we can get, how loud we can be. I think we all just try and put our all into it every time, and so far it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a really good quote the other day. It's Ian Mackay quote, and he said, like the album is the menu, the live show is the meal.
Oh yeah,
and I like to think that's sort of
smart.
Encapsulated in some sort of way, you know.
It reminds me of Nick Cave. I went and saw him last year. And
was that a Canberra Theatre?
That's right.
Yeah,
we were there for that, yeah.
Oh, do you remember when he said, I'll take requests as long as they're on the set list? So similar thing, you know, you've got the menu and he's got the list there. That's what he's going to deliver.
Take your pick.
Yeah. And speaking of gigs, what's your next Canberra gig coming up?
It's 31st this month at the UC, supporting Teen Jesus.
Yeah.
Right, yep.
Canberra legends, of course.
Playing alongside Box Die as well.
Yes.
Who are another
Okay,
cool
that's
Canberra
quite
band.
a good lineup.
Yeah.
Yes. And you played with Teen Jesus at the Metro, I was
Yes.
noticed on your socials.
Yeah, I played with them
Quite a few
couple times now.
times,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was amazing, the Metro.
That was our first sort of big show, I think, that one.
Yeah,
Was
was
it
that
first?
before or after we played there with
That was
Psychos?
before, yeah.
Yeah, because we played at the Metro in Sydney once with Cosmic Psychos. And
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
How was that?
that was
was
good.
awesome.
They're hectic. They're
Yeah.
they go intense, but
Their audience is the right audience for you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
for
liked
sure,
us.
for sure. But I think I had more fun at Teen Jesus just because it was a bit of a bigger turnout for us because we were like the support and stuff. I guess Cosmic Psychos was a bit half empty, but like, yeah, no, that was a great gig as well.
Really fun.
All right, so that's the 31st of January at the UC with Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers and Box Die. That'll all be great.
Yeah.
And what are the other plans for 2025 for you guys?
5 schemes. I think we're going to get up to Mischief. Probably...
I should probably add there's
blow
things
up act like
going
you
on
don't
that
know
you're
about.
not allowed to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Big things.
Big
things
coming.
coming. Nothing we can say.
Watch this space, wink, wink.
Definitely Mischief though.
Yes.
Definitely a bit of mischief, but yeah, we do have quite a bit planned for this year. You know,
More writing, more recording.
definitely
or-
more, always more writing.
Yeah.
always more to be written.
Always in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Always cooking.
cooking up a meal.
Where do you do your cooking? Is it do you cook together or do you cook separately?
Occasionally.
Some of you only like to be in the kitchen on your own.
Yeah, I guess we do a lot at Lockie's house. We practice there most times, unless we're at Red Sun out in Fishwick. But generally we write the music together, sometimes separate. I usually write the lyrics after the fact, like listening to the song and that. There's only been a couple of times where I've written lyrics beforehand, I feel. But
Yeah.
usually at Lockie's house.
It's pretty like jam based as well. Usually there's like a few songs that we've worked on where it's been like someone's come up with a part on their own and they bring it. But a lot of it is just like we'll get into practice and before we like practice what we plan to, someone will just start playing something and it'll come together pretty quickly.
And I was going to say something. I was going to say I appreciate that you're not swearing on today's show. That's very good.
Taking a lot of effort.
But your track, One of the Lads, has quite a bit of swearing in it.
Oh yeah.
And I got the song from AMRAP and I played it on my show. I was aware it needed a language warning, but I gave it to the lunchtime presenter.
Oh boy.
I often give him the new releases, and he'll just play them without
Just chuck it.
listening to them in advance. So he saw that I'd played it, and that he just assumed he would play it. So he chucks One of the Lads on without giving a language warning, and then he's just doing his thing. Then he stops and notices and listens to the song carefully, and then just thinks, all right, I'm just going to follow that with like 3 or 4 other songs and forget it ever happened.
Yeah, play it off. That's the way
Yep,
to do it.
yep.
No one noticed.
And not back announce it or anything. But so we always joke about that. But,
Yeah, it's funny when they first played it on Triple J. I remember like the one thing I remember about it was like at the start they're like, okay guys, like very strong language warning on this. Like they really emphasize.
Serious.
It sounded like they were talking about like a tornado or something.
this is a category 5 language warning. All right. Well, Dave, the lunchbox presenter, will not get called out again. He learned his lesson.
Yeah. On you, Dave.
All right. I have a random question I like to ask my guests. They pick a number randomly from 1 to 27. And today's question is question 21. If aliens landed on Earth and wanted to know about music, what's the first song you'd play for them?
Do you want to start, Louis? So
Yeah.
Go around.
I'd say like kind of a funny story. I'd say Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry.
Oh, nice.
Rock and roll
Nice
classic.
classic,
Because
yeah.
fun fact, that song is actually they shot when they sent the Voyager 1 probe out into space, like NASA, they included a record on it with like a bunch of songs. So like if aliens discover this, then this is the music
have
we
a
want them to hear.
record
Johnny Be Good is actually one of them. So kind of an unoriginal choice, but I think there's a reason it's on that.
But it's like, you know, one of the early rock songs. So
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's worthy.
Yeah, I'd probably. I might copy Louis a bit. Maybe something like Heartbreak Hotel or something like an early Beatles tune. Yeah, I reckon that's probably what I'd pick.
Very nice. I think I'd probably put Cars by Gary Newman.
Classic.
Gives them a good idea of how
I
people
think
live.
aliens would like that too.
Yeah, I think they would like that.
That and Faster by George Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd have to do something like a little crazy. Like I'd do like a Rise Above by Black Flag or something. You know,
Yeah, freak him out.
like really freak them out.
We're
a
not to
little
be
bit.
meddled with.
Yeah, don't mess with us.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the human race.
I would do like maybe David Bowie and his what's that Starman song?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
a
a
topic
good one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon they'd resonate with that.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Thanks, guys, for coming in today and joining me on Local and Live.
Oh,
Anytime.
so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Yeah.
We're going to go out with your latest single, which came out early December, I believe, Dip Me in Honey. What can you tell us about this track?
This is another pretty old one for us. We
It's one
wrote
of the
it.
oldest ones, yeah.
Yeah, we wrote this when I was still on bass, so that was a very long time ago before Louis joined. It's I don't know, how would you describe it, Lachlan?
How would I describe Dip Me in Honey?
Sweet.
It's sweet. It's succulent. It's
It's like a velvet rug.
it's like a velvet rug. It's kind of like Strung Out. It's another sort of like pretty hard hitting punk song. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of
punk song.
Yeah, punk song. It's
Punk
a punk
song.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Punk.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the category warning on this one, language?
Is
I can't remember.
I think it swears.
No, I don't think.
no,
Wait,
no,
no,
there
there
is an
is
F
one.
word.
Yeah,
There is
there's-
definitely an F word.
There's
Maybe
an F word
two.
in there.
Yeah,
I'd say
Okay.
moderate.
yeah.
Mild.
Let's say
Make it an
2.
M, you know.
Yeah,
category 2 language warning on this.
yeah,
Category
exactly.
2.
Yeah.
So once again, Sonic Reducer will be playing at the 31st of January at University of Canberra with a great lineup with Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers and Box Die. So make sure you get along to that. And once again, thanks guys for coming in. It has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll go out with Dip Me in Honey.